Guatemala and Ecuador are both Spanish-speaking countries in Latin America. Both will be representatives of South and Central America respectively. While both countries have been shaped by ancient civilizations and European influences, Guatemalans were touched by the Mayans and Ecuadorians were touched by the Incans. Guatemala is the only Central American country where the indigenous Indian people are in the majority. It ranks among 25 countries with the greatest variety of natural resources in the world. Ecuador holds the title for the most biodiverse country in the world. Guatemala is itself known as the land of the forest, and it is known as one of the politest societies in the continent. Guatemalans are known as hard workers and aggressive and strong when it comes to speaking. Ecuadorians are very friendly and always helpful to those in need. They are unique in different aspects depending on what area of Ecuador they come from, whether it be the jungle, mountains, or coast. The aspects in which they differ include tone, accent, and personality. Architecture in the capital is impacted from the Spanish colonial times. We will be interviewing Cesar Estrella and Oscar Toledo, both in their own homes. As observers, we participated in Año Viejo, the burning of old objects in preparation for the new.
My name is Victor Ramirez, and today I'm talking to
Cesar Estrella.
And you are from?
South America, Quito, Ecuador.
Thank you. What are some of the native or typical foods in Ecuador?
Diferentes tipos de comida típica dependiendo del área de la región que es costa, sierra y oriente. Comida. Me gusta mucho el hornado, que es un tipo de carnitas, no como la mexicana, pero se pone todo el puerco dentro de un horno por unas 6 horas. Sale muy horneado, así como crispy.
What are some of the unique words or slang words you guys use in Ecuador?
Hay diferentes dependiendo igual del área y dependiendo de la edad de la gente. Pero lo más frecuente es como hermano, hermana, ñaño, ñaño, ñaña. A los pequeños les dicen guagua. Se mezcla el español con la lengua típica que es el quechua.
What are some tradition dances or days during the year?
Diferentes dependiendo de la época. Una tradición muy común es en el Día de los Muertos, que se celebra haciendo unos panes típicos que se llaman guaguas de pan. Y esto se acompaña con algo más o menos parecido como atole, que lo usarían en gran parte de Centroamérica, Guatemala en especial. En el Año Nuevo se festeja, se recibe el nuevo año haciendo un muñeco de acerrín, en el cual se representa que se quema para eliminar todas las cosas malas y purificar así el nuevo año.
What are the roles of men and women in Ecuador?
Tienen el mismo rol las dos personas.
Hello, my name is Monica Toledo. Can you state your name?
Oscar Toledo,
Where are you from?
Guatemala.
Alright, I'm going to ask you a few questions.
Okay.
What are some native or typical foods of Guatemala?
Chile rellenos, which is stuffed chili peppers. That's stuffed with vegetables and meat. Also, we have pepian, which is it can be done with chicken, seasoned chicken, and also caquic, which is a Mayan plate, which consists on turkey soup.
Alright, and which of these is your favorite?
Pepian.
Okay. What are some unique or slang terms of Guatemala?
We have many.
Can you name at least 3?
Canche, which is a plump person. Atuto, which means big back, right? Also, puchica, which is used for like a surprise. It's kind of like a surprise.
Okay. Do you know where these words come from?
No idea.
Okay. What are some traditional Guatemalan festivities?
Independence Day, most of it. We also have Dia de los Muertos. That's some of the most important.
Why are they important?
Well, Independence Day is our independence, and Dia de los Muertos is we remember all of the loved ones they're gone.
What are some symbols that would represent Guatemala?
Tikal. That's the Mayan pyramids. quetzal, which is the national bird.
Okay. What are the roles of men and women in Guatemala?
I would like to think they're equal.
Okay.
Number 2, cultural knowledge. Guatemala. Customs and culture of Guatemala are largely shaped by Mayan and European influences. The Guatemalan people are known to be proud, strong, and generally welcoming people. As many Latino cultures share, the Guatemalans also believe in a strong sense of family unity, including a strong sense of respect, solidarity, loyalty, reciprocity, interdependence, and cooperation. Ecuador. Ecuador has been largely influenced by the Incas as they were the original inhabitants of the small country. The Incan language can still be seen in Ecuador as many of their slang words come from Quechua. Ecuador is a multi-ethnic country with mainly African Americans being in the coast, a mix of indigenous and Europeans being in the mountainside, and indigenous in the jungle. Ecuadorian people are very religious and are shown to be very conservative in regards to culture and etiquette. Ecuadorian people are known to be very punctual and have a great value for respect. Some symbols that symbolize Ecuador are the Andes Mountains, the Andean condor, the Galapagos Islands, and the Galapagos turtle, one of the many inhabitants of the Galapagos. Number 3, communication, Ecuador. Spanish is the main language in Ecuador, like in most Latin American countries. However, Ecuador holds one special advantage over the others. Ecuador was once part of the Incan Empire, which encompassed countries like Colombia, Venezuela, and Peru. And the main language in the Incan Empire was Quechua, and Quechua still presides heavily in Ecuador today. Many of Ecuador's slang words, come from Quechua. For example, to say brother in Quechua, you would say ñaño, father, taita, sister, ñaña. If it's hot, you say achachay, or if it's cold, atatay. All those come from Quechua and are mainly heard in Ecuador. Guatemala. Spanish is the official language in Guatemala, as it is in other Latin American countries. However, Guatemala has 27 languages that are officially recognized by the state. One of these languages is Yucatec. This language can mainly be found in northern Guatemala around the Yucatan state.
Gender and stratification. In Guatemala, people, especially women in poverty areas, face gender inequality. Women in poverty are more likely to fall into male dominance due to the lack of opportunity. The country is a class society. The upper rich class have more benefits and opportunities, while the lower class lacks these types of opportunities. In Ecuador, gender inequality and traditional gender roles are present in Ecuador to a certain extent. Women in families usually don't work and depend on their husbands financially. Women in high professions is not as common in Ecuador. The country, like Guatemala, is a class society. This class is not just limited to Guatemala and Ecuador. It is also present in modern America. Traditions and rituals. Guatemala. Dia de Todos los Santos / Dia de los Muertos. These holidays are celebrated from November 1st to November 2nd. In this holiday, traditional foods are shared in cemeteries as a tribute to the dead and the living. This holiday is celebrated in many Latin American countries. The popular dish fiambre is only eaten during this two-day event. In America, this holiday is called All Saints' Day and All Souls' Day, and is celebrated on November 1st and 2nd. Similar to other Latin American countries, this holiday is celebrated with festivals, parades, and altars built by families to honor their loved ones. The symbol that represents this holiday is the skull and the marigold. The skull represents death and/or rebirth, while the marigold represents the rays of the sun. These rays are linked with life, so the deceased have not lost their place in the universe. In regards of Dia de los Santos and Dia de los Muertos, most outsiders view this as a religious holiday meant to honor the dead. Virgen de la Asunción. This holiday is celebrated on August 15. In America, this holiday is called Feast Day of the Assumption of Mary. This holiday is an important date in Guatemala City and celebrates the Virgin Mary. This holiday tradition dates back to 1776 when King Carlos III named the capital of Guatemala Nueva Guatemala de la Asunción after an earthquake destroyed the city of Santiago. In this holiday, the fair of Jocotengamo is open. This fair is known as the Party of the City and honors the Virgin Mary. All people from different generations take part in this activity. This holiday is also celebrated in America. This day is celebrated because it is believed to be the day where Virgin Mary went to heaven after her death. Most Christians and Catholics celebrate this holiday. Symbols include the Virgin Mary, the color blue, symbolizing truth and clarity, and a lily symbolizing purity. Burning of the Devil. This tradition is celebrated on December 7th. At exactly 6 p.m., families build bonfires outside their homes and burn a sculpture or replicas of the devil. It is a tradition that many Guatemalans take part of as a way to cleanse their home from demons that lurk in their home. This tradition can be traced back to colonial times around the 18th centuries. Those who had money purchased lanterns, while those who did not have much money began bonfires. The idea is to burn all the bad from the previous year and start fresh. Vendors during this event will sell various items from firecrackers to devil piñatas. Ecuador. Año Viejo. This holiday tradition is held on December 31st and begins before midnight. In this tradition, families fill up models or piñatas with various old items, meant to symbolize failures, regrets, and anger. Once the piñata is filled, a handwritten note must be pinned explaining the reasons for the burning and what changes are desired for the upcoming year. The piñata is then thrown into the street and burned, surrounded by cheers and clapping. This tradition is believed to have an origin where there was a mass burning of corpses caused by a yellow fever epidemic. Carnaval. This tradition is held a week before Lent and ends on Ash Wednesday. Carnaval was created to have fun days before the beginning of Lent, 40 days of not giving in to temptation, time of self-examination and reflection. In this celebration, fairs and festivals are all around, and people are encouraged to have fun. In the past, people would throw liquids and flowers at families, friends, and even strangers. However, because of injuries, the Ecuadorian government forbade this game at schools, and any person who disrespects the rights of passersby may face jail time.
It is important to practice cultural relativism when studying various cultures because it allows us to have an understanding of a culture without having a biased view. This helps our understanding of the workings of a society. Practicing cultural relativism firsthand allows us to witness the dedication and patience it takes to learn about a different culture. We are able to understand the importance of a certain culture and its impact on the world by practicing cultural relativism. From our research, we learned that Guatemala and Ecuador are similar in various ways. For example, inequality in gender stratification, and some traditions, like the Day of the Dead. However, each culture is unique in communication, norms, and rituals.
Hi, my name is Victor Ramirez, and today I'm taking part in an Ecuadorian tradition, which is called Año Viejo. The main purpose of this tradition is basically burning a doll. The purpose of burning it is basically forgetting about the past and having a new start. You're forgetting about those bad habits, or you just basically trying to have something new. And well, there used to be a head, but he just popped when I placed the dinner. But this is the shirt I placed, and this is the doll. It contains some of the paper to make sure it lights up faster. My purpose is basically forgetting about my bad habits and trying to avoid electrical cables because I had an accident.